Today we're installing underfloor insulation in the Blue Mountains, and this is how to install underfloor insulation. First of all, let's talk about the products we use. Under a house, when we're exposed to the environment here, we use polyester underfloor insulation. So this comes in an R2.5. You can get different products, but this one is 100 mil. Some of the polyester solution ones are 120 mil. As long as it fits in between your joists here and you have enough space, that's all you need. We use an R2.5. That's usually the maximum you can fit under a standard house. So what we do, you feed the insulation rolls. They're rolls, they're not bats. They're 8 meters long. Over your bearers, which are these here. And then in between the joists, which are, in this instance, these red things here. Once it fits in between the joists, you have to check that your joists are 450 mil centers, because the insulation comes at 450 mil. So in between your two timbers will be 430 mil. This allows you 10 mil either side to staple to your joists and allows them to not fall down. We use air compressors. We find they're the best tool to use to staple the insulation to your underfloor. Once your insulation is fed over any hoses, over the bearers, and fit in between the joists, we then go ahead and use the staple gun. Try and use something around 14 mil galvanized steel staples, because they won't rust and it allows enough millimeters to penetrate the insulation as well as the timber and hold it. In this underfloor, what we're going to do, we're going to staple every 100 mils, just about that, like that distance, on either side, and making sure that the insulation is pulled relatively tight so there's no sags in the middle. Use staples either side, and we want to not push up the insulation and staple there. We really want it to staple just about the bottom of it so it doesn't compress the insulation, so it keeps its full insulating properties. So we're just going to install this front here. Another thing you have to be careful of is you have to check the timbers that there's no electrical wires, plumbing pipes, gas lines, anything like that, because if you hit one of those, it's not going to be fun. And then to this section here, I'm just going to keep it pulled nice and tight, have enough hose, and I'll just finish this line off. And so once we come to the end of the house like this, usually any excess you can kind of tuck in. This one is a little bit too much, so this is where you can rip polyester to size, tear off this this last little corner, just like that, and that can go in the bin. And then you can put it to size nicely, just like that. Finish off your stapling. And then it's very important, once you hit the end of the insulation, to not allow any rodents to enter on top of the insulation. We give 2 or 3 staples into the floor, so that doesn't allow any rats to run on top, and so rats can't actually eat through that themselves. So now we have a beautiful insulation installed there. These 2 runs are done. If you've noticed here, this is where the house is longer than 8 meters long, and we've actually done a join of 2 insulation rolls. When we do a join here, bud one insulation up, the other one goes underneath, so it goes over just like this. So the ends kind of overlap a little bit. Then what we'll do, we'll punch in 3 holes into the floor, just in where the join is. So that will not allow any rodents to enter the cavity above the insulation. It only compresses a little bit of the insulation, but the rest of it's still fine. That's the best way to do it, to keep any rodents out. If you don't have any rat problems or any rodent problems, you don't have to do these middle ones. The insulation will perform a little bit better. You can just staple on the sides and that will be fine. So there we go. So if you're looking to use the products we've just used in the video, we sell insulation materials across Brisbane, Sydney and Canberra. This includes all polyester underfloor insulation products. We also sell Knopfed earth wool, ceiling insulation, wall insulation, acoustics, anything on the above. So please check out our website below. Order today. Thanks. Goodbye.